Another Republican has been busted for taking credit for things that she voted against. In a brutal Sunday interview on CBS News Miami, host Jim DeFade grilled Representative Maria Salazar, and it was epic.
Last month, you were at FIU and you presented a check for $650,000 to help small businesses at FIU. But you voted against the bill that gave the money that you then signed a check for and handed and had a photo op, the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2023, right? You voted against that bill.
Right now, you have to give me more details, but I do know that every time I have an opportunity to bring money to my constituents, I do so. I just did $400,000. But look,
but you voted against the Chips and Science Act, right?
Listen, right now I need to ask my staff. But what do we look at the $40 million that I have brought to this community? Aren't you proud of me?
Look at all the money I'm brought to me. Aren't you proud of me? Aren't you proud of me? Please, give me recognition. Give me a cookie. Please don't ask me. Stop asking me tough questions. Please. Come on. That's what she sounded like. I want to have my staff. Hey, hold on. Hi, yeah, I'd like to report a murder. Yeah, I just saw this on TV. Destroyed. I know, you can tell it's not a real phone call, but anyway. Salazar, getting to the facts, she voted against that $1.7 trillion government funding bill, okay? That's, by the way, the same bill that just about every House Republican voted against. Okay, fine. Look, I say that if you vote against something, if you vote for it, then you should be able to come back to your district and tout that, right? Well, in this case, she voted against it, so she can't come back and tout the money from the bill that she tried to tank. But this is exactly what she's trying to do, and just about every Republican who voted against it went back to their district and basically lied to their voters, right to their faces. She was doing it right there. Oh, well, every time I have a chance to bring money back to my district, back to my constituents, I do.
Bullshit.
No, you didn't. Survey says that's a lie. Complete and utter crap. And then deflected by saying, well, look, I'm gonna have to talk to my staff about it because I don't actually know what you're talking about. Yes, as if all the viewers and all the voters are stupid or something and don't pay attention. But she counts on that. That said, what she did not count on is DeFade pressing the issue.
The money that you talk about, the $40 million that you bring back to the district, sometimes that money comes from bills that you voted against. You voted against the CHIPS Act, and yet you praise the fact that the South Florida Climate Resilience Tech Hub is going to be started in Miami, right? You voted against the infrastructure bill, and you talk about all the money that comes back to the airport. So at the same time that you're taking credit for the money that you bring back to the district, in Washington, you're voting against these projects on party line votes.
Listen, that was, I think, last cycle. I cannot really remember right now, but let's look at the Americas Act, which is what I'm going to,
So you don't want to explain why you vote
really
against
cannot,
things?
I mean, right now, and I'm not trying to be a politician, there's so many bills that I've introduced that I know that many of them
these are bills that you voted against.
That I understand. But it's, okay, sometimes I vote and sometimes I don't, but let's look at the positive.
Okay, well, let's look at the positive, okay? What, the fact that the district got money despite you? I mean, that seems to be the positive here. Okay, not really something to write home about, which is why, of course, she had to go and lie about it and then say, oh, well, look, that was the last cycle. I don't really remember these things, but here's the thing that I definitely remember that I introduced. Yes, let's go with that. That's the ticket. Look, I don't know if you noticed her face during that, but she was totally gobsmacked at the time, okay? She had absolutely nothing. No argument. And it was glorious. I love every time when somebody, a reporter, actually asks a politician, hey, you went and you said, that you got all this money for the district, and it turns out you actually didn't. How do you explain that? Because they have no answer at all. I gotta say, this was absolutely fantastic journalism. Great job, Jim DeFade. I guarantee you, she's not going to want to be on your show again. For good reason. Because you actually asked her difficult questions. You did what journalists are supposed to do. And I love it. And look, journalism doesn't mean being rude, doesn't mean being mean. It means asking adversarial, tough questions. And pointing out when a politician is attempting to gaslight you. And that's where, oh, you know, I don't want to be a politician or anything. I'm not trying to be a politician. No, well, that's exactly what you are. You are doing a politician thing of trying to gaslight people and lie about why you did what you did, or just completely ignore it and try to change the subject. No, I'm glad that she didn't get away with it because, once again, what she was doing was complete and utter BS. And I just love it when reporters actually call them out for it. Great job.